Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, and welcome back to the Engine Builder Show. For our topic today, Gabe will be talking about how to leverage your natural genius to grow your business. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and enjoy the show. Good morning, everybody.
There was always a ton to learn. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well and that you had an awesome weekend. If you get to catch this live, I appreciate you tuning in live. If you're watching this on one of our other platforms or listening to the podcast, thank you as well. I really appreciate you tuning in. And as you're watching, wherever you do catch this, just drop a comment down below. Say hello. We always like to know who's tuning in. Or you can always shoot a message over to us at businessmarketingengine.com. Love to hear what you think of the show. And I'm always happy to cover topics that you have questions on as well. And like Jethro mentioned, we're going to talk about how you can leverage your natural genius to grow your business. And this is something that I've been spending time thinking about the last probably 6 months or so now, because this summer we will have been in business 15 years, which is a little while. And I've learned a lot over the years. And I went through an exercise that one of my friends created, Alex Charfin. I went through this almost 2 years ago, where he had kind of a journaling exercise and a thought exercise where he said, go back and think about the times when you were most successful, you had the most momentum, and you were, really achieving the goals. And he just kind of walks through an exercise that helped me remember some of the things that I did early on in my business that were really, really helpful, successful. And in some senses, it was a blessing to be, have that ignorance of not knowing what I didn't know. And so today, I just want to encourage you to take a breath, whether you're still in startup mode or it was years ago that you first got into the business that you're doing, and ask yourself what worked for you in the beginning that you can do again. And for me, one of the things that I'm so excited about is I went through this exercise is I realized that well over 60% of our business has come to us through our referral partner network. And so as I've been reflecting on this the last 6 months, we've actually decided to open up our referral partner program again, and help folks, be a part of bringing in people that we can really serve and help through their relationships and their network. And it's interesting because having really just kind of formally reopened the referral partner program that we have only a couple weeks ago, we're already seeing a ton of referrals, great return. And it just reminded me that it's really important to remember what worked in the beginning, because in business, it's easy for us to overcomplicate things. It's easy for these layers to happen. We go through all these projects, we get all this experience, which is really valuable. And we should always draw on that experience. But sometimes we forget our early experiences. And when we do, and we've overcomplicated things, then often we're missing the simplest way to generate revenue, to meet new clients, and to get good results in our company. I was talking to somebody earlier today who's involved in the solar industry and having a ton of success and really looking to scale and grow, which is why they reached out to us. And so we're going to help them build some, Google AdWords campaigns. We're going to drive even more leads to them. And I told this prospective client, I said, I'm really excited about working with you because you shared in the beginning of our meeting that you have been going door to door and selling, these packages and selling these things. And anybody that in my experience that goes door to door really has the grit and what it takes to be a great salesperson, and often what it takes to be a great entrepreneur. And there's things like that we do early on that we don't know any better, which is kind of a good thing in some cases, and we get a lot of success from. But then again, we move down the road, other things are working, we have team members, we have, life happens and lots of things come into play, and it's easy for us to forget what worked in the beginning. And so I would encourage you today to really think and say, what things are effortless for you that you're undervaluing? Because that's another area where you can say, oh, you know what? I have all these years of experience, but I'm not actually valuing it and realizing that my clients or somebody new to this space that doesn't have all this knowledge that I have, it's easy for me. It's effortless. I can do it in my sleep, but I'm probably not treating it with the respect and the regard that it should have. because often when we look at our experience in business or in a specific specialty or trade or whatever we're doing, we lose track of the hours, the years, the decades that we put into something. And so it's not always easy to really reflect and truly have an honest assessment of our skill and what we bring to the table. And because of that, we don't value ourselves. So that's another area where we can say, oh, I'm naturally very good at this now because of the time I put in, or I probably have some natural talent for it, but it's just something I'm passionate about. So, I've spent 10,000 hours in this area, but am I really leveraging that to help other people? Am I getting paid what I'm worth? Am I using these areas that feel effortless to actually move the business forward? I was just talking to a friend before getting on the show here today, and we were talking about how it's easy to get into that mindset of, man, I'm not doing enough, or I'm not working hard enough, or this doesn't feel hard enough. And those are seasons in business too, where we have to pay attention and realize that not everything has to be hard, and not everything has to require this, Herculean effort to, get over the next, milestone or the next goal. And there's some things that if we just step back and evaluate, we can go, oh, that's something that I do that's easy for me to do. And if I do it consistently, it can really move the business forward. Whether that's your skill in networking and making new connections, which lead to sales, whether that's your ability to come in and see a situation and consult on it and get a great consulting rate, and really solve people's problems, or whether you just have a knack for, marketing messages or getting really good at recruiting people. There's always something inside of leaders and entrepreneurs that they are doing effortlessly, have the ability to do at scale, but they haven't really stepped back and evaluate that gift or that skill. And so when we get to that point of either realizing, oh, these are the things that I did early on that were super effective that I somehow lost my way on and don't do anymore, or here's some things that I've spent thousands of hours doing that now I have all this capability and expertise and knowledge in that I'm not leveraging and serving my community with. When we identify either one or both of those areas, then the question becomes, how can you systematize and scale these things? And for us here at Business Marketing Engine, what we've helped experts in their space do is build online courses so that they can, sell their information over and over and over at scale. We've helped our clients write books because we interview them in depth and we use their words and just simply write it down for them. And then they're able to launch a book. We've helped our clients build communities around the things that they can coach on and move people through, whether it's in business, with entrepreneurial skills and business skills or sales skills, or in the health space, helping folks become healthier and really have a plan for their personal health and well-being, or even in spaces where we have clients who have a really effective and unique financial management process. We're able to help them, attract more folks that they can serve. But regardless of how you do it, just starting to think about, what are the ways that I can systematize this? How can I scale it? How can I take what worked early on and do more of it? And how can I take all these things that I have this experience in and all this, all this knowledge and just all these connections? How can I take those things and really create even more value? Because wealth comes from our ability to be productive and put value out into the world, which means that wealth comes from inside of us. And so anytime that we can evaluate that and figure out how we're going to step forward and use that in a valuable way to serve those around us, that's when things grow. It's when our business grows. And that's how we can leverage our natural genius to help us go to the next level. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. I appreciate you taking time to tune in. And if you need help with anything, whether it's building a piece of software or a website out that's going to help you, automate things or reach your ideal customer, if you want to market what you're already good at, but you just need more folks to work with, anything like that, we love helping with that. So you can head over to businessmarketingengine.com and reach out to us there, or message me or comment below and we'll get in touch as well. So I appreciate you taking time to tune in today, and we will see you on tomorrow's show.